As we draw closer to the holidays, many of us are making out our Christmas shopping lists. But how many items on your list are made in America? Most people say that's what they want, but how do you know where that toy came from? We're putting that question to Scott Paul, the president of the Alliance for American Manufacturing, who joins us now live. Thanks so much for joining us, Mr. Paul. First up, explain to us why it's so important for us to buy products made in the U.S.
Absolutely, and thank you for having us on, Shelley. Very much appreciate it. So, Made in America is about quality. It's about creating jobs in this country. It's about supporting our economy. And I think, as we've all learned over the last couple of years, that having supply chains that are strung all over the world can mean shortages, or in some cases, we can't get the products. And so, there are a lot of reasons to consider an American-made purchase, and in particular, especially around the holidays. It also brings a little bit of delight and surprise to whoever's going to receive it, because getting something that's made in America, there's always a great story behind it as well.
And definitely pride, too, for sure. Sometimes it's hard to tell, though, where things come from. What do we look for to know where a toy or a product does come from?
Yeah, that's a great question. And when you're shopping in person at a bricks and mortar store, it's easier because there's a requirement in the law for a country of origin labeling. However, a lot of people shop online, and it's much more difficult. There's no requirement that online retailers have to have the country of origin on it. And so you may think you find something, and if you didn't want to buy a made in China product, you might be out of luck, right? And so there's a legislative effort that has bipartisan support to try to make sure that online shoppers have access to the same information about country of origin labeling as shoppers in bricks and mortar stores. So that goes along with it as well. But even if you're looking for that, I think we did a poll and it showed that only 14% of shoppers say they see a lot of American-made products when they're shopping for holiday gifts. So we got a long way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes even when you can tell when something's made in America and something is made overseas, sometimes you grab that overseas item because there's such a difference in cost. Talk a little bit about that. Sometimes those products are less expensive than those made in America, aren't they?
Yeah, well, that can happen. There is no question. And I think it's important to look at this from a longer-term perspective, and I think this is a really important point, is that when you buy that American-made good, even if it's 5, 10, 15, 20% more, you're going to get a quality product, probably a product that's more durable, that's more reliable, and particularly with garments or fashion, you're not going to have to replace it every couple of years. That's one of the challenges we've seen with this fast fashion movement. If you've bought something that's made in America, it's going to last for a long time. So your cost after 5 years is actually going to be lower of having that American-made product. And then there's also how you feel about it. You know that you're creating great jobs for your neighbors, that you're recycling money in your own community, that you're supporting the local economy. And I think that's an important value that a lot of people also have.
And those are great arguments for consumers. But what about a retailer? How do you convince a retailer to carry items made in America?
Yeah, that's a great question. And one thing that we've discovered is that consumers say they would purchase more made in America products. In fact, 8 in 10 say they would purchase more made in America products if they were more widely available. So, if you build it, they will come. I think that's the message to a lot of these retailers, is that if you stock made in America products, you'll have a customer base for it. Now, granted, the quality has to be there. It has to be a product that people want. It helps to have some brand prestige, and it helps to have a comparable price point. You can actually sell made in America products at a premium. So there's many arguments, but unfortunately a lot of retailers have fallen into the trap of chasing some of those cheap imports that might get them some profits at the outset, but they're going to create some problems later on. I mean, there might be some customer dissatisfaction. And again, if you have a job in the United States, if you're working in manufacturing, you're going to be spending that money right here in the economy. You're going to be supporting those retailers.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, I know that you all have made a gift guide, American-made gift guide. Talk about some of the items on that. We only have a few seconds left, but talk about what's available there and how we can find that.
Yeah, it's on our website at americanmanufacturing.org. We have gift ideas from all 50 states and 2 territories, plenty from Indiana, Kentucky, and Illinois. And we guarantee it's something that will delight you, from chapsticks to iPhone covers, to toys for kids, to coats for your pets. I mean, the list goes on and on, really. But there are some pretty amazing gift ideas, and we hope that folks will be able to take a look at that.
Some great creativity and quality right here in the good old USA. All right, thanks so much, Scott Paul, the president of the Alliance of American Manufacturers, for joining us today. And we do, by the way, have a link to that list on our website, tristatehomepage.com. Thanks, Mr. Paul.
Thank you, Shelley. Appreciate it.